military, son.
Holy shit!
I hear myself thinking.
One little action can really make a whole huge deal in the entire set.
The dittos are fucking stupid.
Happy feet, combo combo.
PC survives that attack. Both players are on their feet again. They hit each other. Oh my god.
Hello everybody, welcome to Directional Influence episode 48, brought to you by VVV Gaming. I am your host, VVV Rapture, as I have been for the longest time ever. So, I hope you all enjoyed your Halloween weekend. We definitely did. However, because of the holidays, we were unable to do a full episode of DI, but because it'd be a little awkward if we sort of didn't do an episode after we just went over that whole, hey, we're back after a 2-month hiatus kind of thing, I've decided to continue with the weekly episodes and give you guys a I guess a little nice package of some of my favorite clips of some of the episodes since we started in August 2010, sort of a best of moments kind of Directional Influence episode. So, with that said, I hope you guys enjoy what I provided for you guys. We'll see you guys next week on a full episode for episode 49, coming out next Tuesday. So, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. See you guys next week on Directional Influence. Peace.
Another bit of advice I got from Vinny, my good friend Vinny, top Game & Watch, and he says that although people read other people, they don't read enough. He gave the example that he picks up on things like what Meta Knights do after Tornado, or what people do on the ledge. I mean, you may notice like, oh, this guy rolls a lot, or this guy jumps, or whatever. I don't know what you really notice, that a generic read on somebody, but you really need to pay attention to the things that you can punish. Which goes along with the advice that Adamus gave me, and he says that, quote, every style tells a story, you just gotta learn how to read it.
To be fair, we do have in New Jersey the PSI venue, which is infamous for having odd people walking around outside at night that have scared many people from going outside. I mean, just ask Zuko about it. He'll tell you all about crazy homeless people approaching him at the middle of the night.
Yeah, Long Island's pretty crazy too. When I lived on Long Island, we challenged a bunch of people who were of the non-white descent who were to Dodgeball for some reason, and when we were beating them, like, alright, if you think someone's in a gang or something, don't challenge them to a sport and then beat them. Just don't do it. Like, you will get your bike stolen and something, because that was a sad day in Long Island for me. I lost my bike to a Dodgeball game. Fair enough, though, we did win by a large amount of, points. But don't leave the venue and burn. Just don't.
To be fair, it's the same thing in Smash. I mean, honestly, if I ever had to play rookie in tournament, I'd be scared, because if I won, then he'd try to kill me. But if I lost, I'd get sent to the losers bracket.
Yeah, I mean, because, getting sent to the losers bracket is definitely not as cool as dying.
They could tell a cool story at your funeral. I mean, at least you won that tournament set, and they can say that about you at your funeral.
I agree.
I have to hit a quota of
you lose that. No, you can't do it anymore. But and I want to stress this to everybody. And I want you to explain to us. I heard you have a survival guide. How to not die when there's 2 dead bodies around? Like, what was your step?
Basically, when you hear news like that, and if you hear rumors like that, the best thing to do in my situation was what I did was I talked to one of the security guards. I made sure I was informed as to what was happening. Make sure that if you did hear that something was going on, that there are police around, because if you're in the presence of the cops, then that's pretty much going to shut down most of any problems, anything dramatic that might happen. Because if they're on the scene, then usually they're taking care of everything. So, I mean, I was pretty scared when I heard about it, but like, real talk, what happened, I just found out was that I'm pretty sure it was drug related. The crimes, I'm not really sure if it was a murder or what, but, like, I don't want to make a joke about it. Like, I was really scared when I heard about that people, literally, there were corpses surrounding my workplace.
It was terrible, because when he told me on AIM, I said, LOL, that sucks. Like, I was joking, but I was like,
I don't want to make too much of a joke about it, but, like, yeah, just be careful when you hear news like that. Make sure you're informed and just get home safe.
Don't talk to strangers.
Don't talk to strangers, especially the
And
ones with
apparently,
candy or drugs.
don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs, kid.
Because like gang-related stuff like this happens, and it's not that uncommon.
Yeah, I'm glad I moved from Long Island, bro. Like, the fuck
Yeah,
does that?
That's pretty scary. I live in like Christmas Town, so I'm pretty safe up here.
I live in the woods too. Like, if something dies, it's a raccoon. No, you don't actually, because here's what happens when you live in the woods, right?
Are you attacked by bears?
Well,
Does that happen?
bears just nonchalantly walk across your backyard, right?
Oh wow.
So if you're in a bad mood and you
Those
just
bears don't give a fuck.
they don't give a fuck, dude. Seriously, bears will just literally just walk wherever they want. It doesn't matter what they do. Bears will just do it. And if you're in a bad mood one day and you just had to piss a bear off, like you're fucked, right? And then you have coyotes, right? And coyotes, what they do is they go like 100 feet back from like the border of the woods and where it's actually habitable by your house, and they just howl for no reason whatsoever and keep you up all night. Which is what happened last night, actually. The coyotes just decided, it's the beginning of October. Why don't we just piss everybody the fuck off, right? 2 fucking hours. 2 of just going on and on and on and on. And then we found out, because I went in the woods later, and they weren't close by. It was a rabbit that was dead. They didn't eat it. It was just there. It's just chilling. Dead rabbit. Also, in the woods, nobody can hear you scream when you're getting raped. So,
Out of the woods.
so just stay out of the woods. If you live in the woods, don't. Right?
Dakota sounds like he knows that from experience.
Well, because you have to. It's survival of the fittest, So sometimes you gotta give a little to experience it a bit. And I'm not admitting to anything, but I know my way around.
You've either witnessed or
participated in woodland rape. But which doesn't I want to understand why the matchup is in terms of difficulty, I guess, because it doesn't really say what exactly those mean. I guess it would be difficulty. Why is that? It's the same difficulty to take on Game & Watch and Lucario, and then Mario and Bowser and Captain Falcon and Samus, or whoever the case may be. I mean, honestly, if you're playing Meta Knight, once you get to like Ness, I think it's like you shouldn't lose. But the point I'm trying to make here is that the matchups. I mean, I can't contest for any of these. I can't pick up I can't go to like Luigi against Peach and be like, you know what? This should be 2, not, whatever it is. Like, there's so many colors here. I'm having, like, a freaking seizure. I can't really attest to that. I'm trusting the people who have been put behind these things to do so, which also leads to another thing is I don't know if what is really right here. I mean, I only use a few characters, and even then I'm not the best fucker around. So for someone online without that kind of information, it's just squares.
I think Silly Kyle was the catalyst that made all the Smashers enjoy the Rave. Whether you know it or not, that's what you were.
All right, let me say I have to disagree with you because 2 people were at the Rave that made it amazing. And I think you know what I'm talking about whenever, all right, Poltergust and Rich Brown were at the Rave. You had, I don't know how many announcers throughout the tournament, but everybody was like, yo, your boy Poltergust, the blood guy, is going to be there at the Rave. It's going to be hype. It's going to be good. And then, like, also you see Rich Brown there, too. It's like, all right, done. Like, you had to go to it. So
I'm pretty sure, what was it, Afro who started that? And I know Trevor was keeping it going. And he was like, everybody, especially Nicole, please know that Pult will be at the Rave tonight. Oh my god, that was so awesome.
He's like, your boy, the Poltergust, the blood guy, is going to get it in tonight. Like, let's go. It was just amazing.
1 minute about Sonic mains. I'll put it at the end of the show.
Sonic mains are terrible.
Yo, fuck Sonic.
That's all.
Fuck Sonic. Every Sonic main's a furry.
What a dumb character.
Except X. I like X. But everybody else?
Yeah, X is cool.
You're furries. Especially Shippo.
They're not furries, they're spiny.
Ignorance is bliss.
I know Shippo's a Lucario man, but
It doesn't matter.
for the sake of the conversation, I don't care. Fuck Sonic, yo. Like, even in Project Melee, like, fuck Sonic. Like my friend across the street uses Sonic, and he sucks ass, right? And I'm like, yo, or in Brawl, like, yo, Sonic sucks. I really like he sucks. Like, but he has these kill moves. Look at this, like, look at this punch. To like kill you, like and bury you in your backyard. Like, shut up. Fuck Sonic, man. Like, when was the last time you had a good game? Like, Sonic Colors was like, okay, that's cool, but like, the fuck, when was the last good one? Never.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle was the last one that I.
The last good Sonic game was. Oh, remember the time when he made out with like a human? Yeah, that was cool.
God.
Yeah, that was cool, guys. Sonic's cool. Yeah, Sonic.
We should put that as the intro vid.
Oh my god. Like, you make a trailer for Sonic for Project Melee, just have it that scene from the game, and that's it. No gameplay.
Dude, we're gonna get so much hate from like the.
Come on, Sonic mains, get at us.
Active Sonics that.
If the four Sonics, if you Sonics, you want to get at us, feel free. If you're listening, like seriously, we will debate the suckiness of Sonic.
You know, so my main point is just that, you know, don't deify, you know, low tier players and say, oh man, this player, this motherfucker uses Zelda, they deserve all the praise and money in the world. You know, rather that it's not so much that they should be praised and, you know, verbally filleted, they should just be at least recognized, you know, and not condemned just for their character usage, because that really is what kills a game, is just over centralization.
Yeah, and that is true. I mean, there are a lot of lower tier players that, because of like a stigma you're talking about, they'll never get the recognition that they deserve. Something like Poltergeist, regardless of how
you
good
lost to Yoshi.
Is, oh, are you? I'm sorry. I thought it was player. Oh, it's talking about DMG's losses to Yoshi in tournament. Oh, okay.
Yo, you guys all see this chat. Like as he's talking, we're like, yo, DMG lost to Yoshi.
Right now. I need to go. Like,
yo.
All right. Yes, I lost to Yoshi. Just I don't even care.
Yoshi tongued you. You don't even know.
I think it should be more, you know, like people go, oh man, you lost to Yoshi. Like I know a lot of people are just, you know, yanking people's chains and shit when they say that, but it's like some people actually mean it. It's like, you lost to Yoshi, and it's like, fuck you. It's like you lost to the.
Oh.
You lose to. It's like look at losing to the player. It's like if I lost to Poltergeist, I wouldn't say I lost to Yoshi. I mean, granted, that's like one of Ganon's worst matchups, but I don't give a fuck. It's like I'm gonna say, okay, I lost to Poltergeist. I lost to whoever. You know, I'm not
Yoshi.
The character. You know, if you lose to a bad character, don't go, oh, I lost to Ganon. I lost to Yoshi. You know, clearly the person is a superior player, and just say you lost to the player. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, that's real talk right there. That's actually, if you guys remember anything from this conversation, is that you lost to the player. You got outplayed by Will, not Green Donkey Kong. And unless you're a Meta Knight main, you lost to Meta Knight.
I mean, unless you're Rich Brown.
Unless you're Rich Brown. 185 ledge grabs.
He lost to the salty DK. He lost to DK.
He lost to that white DK. Well, you should have gone white. That salt color.
He lost to the DK that was going to work. Like.
Yeah, no. Props to Rich Brown. We love you. But anyway, we're gonna end with that.
I'm pretty sure Rich, like, I don't know, man. We got this like super East Coast versus West Coast rivalry going on right now.
Love you,
he can't wait to play me again.
We love you, even though DK timed you out. 100. How do you get? I don't even want to go into it. Anyway.
Hey, you drop down and then you up B.
Up B.
And there's like a 1 second window after you grab the ledge.
Yeah.
You have to wait.
What Rich knows now is that there are definitely ways to beat it. He was just like he was camping the purples, which was great if I got on stage, but he needed the other colors to get me off the edge.
He was picking a garden over there. He was pulling out the weeds. He was pruning his bushes and stuff. Like he was taking his sweet time.
He had a lot of time because Will was going for that timeout, and then he was like, "Yo, I got this," and he jumped off the ledge and died 3 times. Either way, we're gonna end with that. So, what?
Didn't ADHD do that in the set too? Like game 1 on Battlefield, he ran off stage like twice.
Yeah, he didn't know how to deal with it. And when I got the quick kill, he just tried to camp me with peanuts, and like I took like a few, but like I wasn't dying from it. So he just tried like. Diddy can't challenge that off stage like
got
that.
Nothing on his uncle. Are they uncle? Uncle, yeah. Yeah, but anyway, for the third time, we're gonna end it with it there. But as I said, if you guys remember anything from this conversation, is that you lost to the player, not the character. And somewhere in there, I think we described what a top player is, but I don't even remember.
Poltergeist, I will have my revenge on you.
You lost to Yoshi. You can't even get revenge.
Yo,
Well, hey,
I will get my revenge. I will beat him with Ganondorf.
That's it.
No, real talk.
No,
Bro, teach me.
Ganondorf did. If I ever see Ganondorf Dittos in bracket,
I heard it wasn't even close against the Yoshi.
Not even close.
You weren't even there. Get out of here.
I'm so mad. Oh my god.
Malcolm with the inside bird's eye view.
Malcolm, you were on another coast when that set was being played. Don't even say shit.
That I don't know, but if it, oh man, like I had no idea what was going on because we got into this venue, and we walk in, and Vinny's like, all right, it's down here, and we end up walking down the what was it, an escalator that doesn't turn on. I was really scared because like I thought, I was like, what if this thing like randomly turns on? Vinny's like, don't worry, apparently it hasn't worked for years.
That's always good.
So we have to walk down the escalator, which is kind of redundant, or it doesn't make any sense, and then we get down there, and it's just like, I guess it was in the basement area of the mall. It's like a shut down area of the mall, and we got into the room. The room itself, where all the TVs were, was actually really big, so that was legit. And there was enough TVs, like more than enough TVs for the amount of people that entered, so that was cool.
Was it like lit? Because like I'm imagining here like the Friday the 13th like boiler room sort of thing going on here.
No, it was lit, and there was like one of those glass desks set up because I guess I don't know if the guy was like selling cards or like because I know some people were playing like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff, and then he's selling soda. He's got like the little fridge back there.
Oh,
like all that was fine. What freaked me out was the bathroom situation because
I hear about this. I heard this was hype.
Because like if I didn't follow Pelka to the bathroom, no homo, I wouldn't have known where it was. But like you had to walk past the broken down escalator thing, and then you take a left, and there's like this really tall, narrow corridor. Like it's like very narrow to the point where it's like the width of about 2 or 3 people, but like the height of it was like ridiculous. It was so weird. It was like this long, narrow hallway. It was like mad creepy. I don't know. And the floor was all wet, and one of the bathrooms, a couple of the stalls were out of order. All right, this is the funny part, and it's gonna be a little disturbing, but I'm gonna tell you guys anyway. So I really had to go to the bathroom, right? And I went to the bathroom, do my thing. When I get in there, somebody comes in like violently into the bathroom, and I really hope it wasn't a smasher, because this was like out of control, this stuff. And this guy like starts going about his business, whatever he's got to do. I'm just like keeping quiet because I'm like waiting for this guy to leave. And like when he's done washing his hands, which seemed like it took like 10 minutes for whatever reason, he started like slamming on the towel dispenser in like a rhythmic fashion, like violently, like he was in like part of some sort of step squad, and it freaked me out. Like it was deafeningly loud. And he just like sat there banging this thing like he was trying to kill somebody. It was rough. Like I didn't know what to do. Like what have you guys done in that situation?
Oh, I've never sat in a bathroom stall and be like almost like indirectly attacked by someone I don't know. Like it's always weird going into a stall. I feel like I always take the handicap one, to be honest. I know people like don't like that, but I want space. Like the
spacious,
and
the
I
luxury.
like the hand. Yeah, it's so luxurious, and the handle, like like they have the handle thing that comes down. I can rest in case I get tired. But no, I've never had someone like have an episode in the bathroom. I've had one really bad experience though. It was where I work, in Target, and I walk in. I was on my half break, my 30-minute break. And I'm just minding my own business in the stall, doing a dookie, just like taking a poop, chilling there, and I'm like, oh, there's no toilet paper in here. Well, so I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna have to like put my clothes on. Not that I was naked or anything, but not that I stripped down in all my clothes and like take a shit, but I pull my pants up. And I'm like, yo, I'm just gonna go to the next stall and, wipe my ass and be done with it. This guy was a ninja, okay? I walk into the stall, and I do, in fact, wipe my ass, right? I get it all clean, it's all good, and I make sure I'm all clean, whatever. I go and I reach into my pocket to check my phone to find that my phone is not there anymore, and I realize, oh, I left it on like the toilet, paper dispenser on top of that, which is very nice and chrome and shiny. I'm like, okay, I gotta go get it. I turn to the next the handicap one. There's only 2 stalls in the bathroom. It's that regular one and the handicap one. I turn in there, and there's a guy in there who I did not hear walk in, did not hear take any steps. This guy literally must have floated into the room and is in there picking up my phone and like sniffing it, right? And he's just like this 50 or 60-year-old guy wearing like the customary all fisherman's outfit, not like he's going fishing, but he's wearing like the cap, like the patches in there, and he's wearing like the jacket where you could tell like that's someone who enjoys fishing, he has like the boots going, like he looked like he was about to go like talk to some people at like a fishing convention. Okay, this guy's sniffing my phone. Like, who does that? Like, what is he? I didn't even understand what he was looking for. And then I'm like, and now I don't know what to say because I'm afraid he's gonna like attack me over my phone scent. And I'm just like standing there, and he looks at me. He finally looks up at me because I'm just standing there like with my like vest on because I'm like a cart attendant dude. So like I got my like glowing ass fucking vest so cars can see me. And the guy just like puts it down, and he just says sorry and walks by me and leaves.
Oh my god.
Like, what were you doing?
Yo, that guy definitely followed you into the bathroom.
Yo, I was so afraid. I was like, yo, this guy went into the bathroom just to sniff my phone. Oh, False, you got something to say?
Yeah, for the record, I'd like to mention that False is actually not free. It's the J-Band and the crew that's actually the free person.
I'm going to talk about this, all right? So what happened, we had Draft Cruise. We had the Amoeba Boys versus DI Episode 42. And the Amoeba Boys was Gunblade, Cable, Pee-wee, Bleach Go, and John, or whatever his name is over there. Crack, yeah, whatever. And versus myself, False, Nakat, J-Ban, and Keitaro. Pretty even, I would say. It was definitely solid draft, picks, right? So I go in, me and Cable have a nice fight. I take off 2 of his stocks, really good. Nakat goes in, whatever. It's all fine. Somehow, J-Ben finds himself at the end with all of his stocks against Bleachigo. And he's like, yo, I'm about to go Pikachu. No, actually, Kitaro, you had a good impression of him going Pikachu.
Yo, guys, I'm about to go Pikachu and get raped.
Yo, he got bodied. They're like, alright, Pikachu may beat Falco, but J-Ban's Pikachu does not beat Bleachigo's Falco. And he had some solid side B approaches, which was, hi, Bleachgo is a legend. Now, I feel like we're hating on J-Man for no reason. Like, real talk.
There's a reason.
Alright, the reason is that he screwed us out of our $3, which I'm salty about, because I only had $5 on me, so I only have $2. That's $2, guys. Come on. That is a good amount of Kool-Aid, Nakat. You're correct. They can't hear you, but you made that suggestion. It was hype. Shoutouts to Long Island, Rhode Island. Oh my God, Rhode Island. The 20-man power rankings. I don't want to like really get too random on this segment, but real talk. 20 people with guys like Jeremy, Kenneth, Samantha, Becky, in 20th with that Captain Falcon, and the one sole Meta Knight, James. One Meta Knight. They have 2 links, and top 4 is 2 links.
They have about 5 links, and one of their links is second.
Real talk. This actually happens.
They have a Sonic first.
Rhode Island, you are welcome to come to KSR 6. It is on August 13th, and you can show us your rankings. Your link sounds very amazing. I would love to see it. Actually, honestly, I would love for you guys to come. So if you guys can come, yay.
Yo, hey, Leap of Faith versus Rhode Island. Yes.
We'll take a trip out there one day. Don't worry.
Hype. So there you have it, folks. Also, which was really fun, was the second night after Qatar, which I really need to get into because fuck New Jersey and its roadway systems. And,
oh man!
Like, all right, this is what happened. I've told a number of people about this, but
all right, let's try to condense the story because I know could probably go on for an hour.
It could go on for an hour. Pretty much what happened was, as the event was ending, a number of carpools wanted to go to IHOP, and in fact, the New England carpool went. And as we showed up to this IHOP, my carpool showed up, and then Alex Stripe's carpool showed up, and then and then Chibo's carpool showed up as we were leaving. But what happened was that we were in Vinny's car, and Vinny was driving, but we didn't have any GPS, so we followed D1, who was with Alex Strife and all them, to IHOP, but they weren't going back to the hotel. So we figured we could just make it back to IHOP on our own. The IHOP was relatively close to the hotel, as it was pretty close to the venue. But all of our phones were dead, like all of ours.
Oh.
We had no, like, I mean, not physically dead. There was like so much little battery power, and Vinny doesn't have a GPS in his car. So immediately after leaving IHOP, apparently I made the wrong turn, like 3 times, okay? Because I was now driving because Vinny didn't want to drive. He was tired. And we ended up in like bumblefuck New Jersey a half hour later, just driving. It made worse because number one, the signs in New Jersey don't tell you any information. They're like, hey, welcome to New Jersey.
Yo, they really suck.
They really do.
As someone who also doesn't have a GPS, it fucks with me so hard.
Like every sign just says whatever highway you can get onto. It doesn't tell you the exit or what exit it's telling you to, like. It's like, hey, welcome to the New Jersey Garden State Parkway. Like that doesn't help me.
Like, you can get to Route 17 from here. Well, when?
And then the road we were on had like a cement barricade between the 2 lanes, so you couldn't make a U-turn if you really needed to, like I did. And we just kept driving and driving. At one point, I'm like, all right, I really need to get on the other side of this road so I can make an exit. So in New York, as I thought in every state this would work, if you make a loop exit onto the highway that goes across you on top of you on a bridge, if you do the same thing on the other side, you would, in theory, make it to the other side of the lane. That's how most highways would work. Not in New Jersey, apparently. If you make a loop exit onto the bridge above you, it sends you like to the other side of the state. So when you get back off, you're on an entire different parkway. And so I just kept driving, like, wow. At first I felt great. I was like, all right, we're going in the right direction now. We're on the right road. We're good. Nope. We're in Newark Airport. Just randomly. We ended up in Newark Airport. I have no idea how we ended up in Newark Airport, but I had to pee, and I really needed to pull over. And
when did the blinding torrential downpour start for you guys?
It started at like. For me, I left the venue at about midnight, and the second I got in my car, blinding torrential downpour. I was driving for like 2.5 hours home, and it was awful.
I mean, we left at like 1, and it got bad, and then when we were leaving IHOP, it got worse, and then when I was really lost, it got even worse.
Yeah,
like,
it was
great. I can't see shit. And I mean,
you should probably teach Vinny how to defrost his windshield, or like to defog it.
Couldn't figure out what the defog was, and I'm like, I was wiping it. I'm like, yo, I cannot see.
Yo, you gotta change the knob to the vent.
Dude,
the vent option, and then just put it up on blast.
I'm telling you, it wasn't. His car is like not made for driving. It's made for and came to the point where we ended up in Newark Airport. I crossed over a barricade. Like,
also, Vinny, you shouldn't have bought Beats by Dr. Dre. You should have bought a cell phone car charger and a GPS.
Yes. Oh my God. Pass, because we hit tolls. Like,
yes. If you get lost in New Jersey, the tolls will destroy you.
Like, oh, cool, tolls. Because we were towing ahead towards New York City, and Mewtwo King's like, "Are we going to New York?" I'm like, "Shut up, Mewtwo King. We're not going to New York." I'm not paying tolls, and it was really. So finally, for us to get back, we figured out that as long as we get to somewhere in Somerset, we'd have enough power combined on our phones to use the GPS functions to get back to the hotel. Malcolm, first of all, Malcolm, if we didn't have Malcolm, we probably wouldn't be here. I'd be dead. Like, right? Malcolm was clutch. Malcolm had that clutch cell phone, like, janky-ass GPS that he bought that, like, it didn't even tell you, it didn't allow you to put in an exact address. It allowed you to put in the city. So it took you to, like, a random place in the city. I'm like, all right, as long as we can get the good direction. Then he had that iPad with him that got us, like, Google Maps for a little bit. We finally somehow got back to Somerset, New Jersey, where the hotel was. And the only reason I remembered where we were is because of you, Will. Like, if you didn't do what you did, like, saved my life, because when you got to IHOP, you said something about a White Castle, and we drove by it, and I was really hyped, like, oh shit, I know where we are. So, oh my God, thank God that he, like, ditched us at IHOP.
You're welcome for making relevant comments at all times.
Exactly. Like if I didn't see that White Castle, it would have been. I'd still be driving in New Jersey right now.
Yeah.
Finally
getting destroyed by tolls.
Exactly.
I spent like $20 in tolls getting to Qatar because I got lost.
So terrible.
It was so bad.
Finally, we made it to Somerset. We had enough power on our batteries for GPS. So now we're like, all right, now we know where we're going. And by the way, my Android, like, mad clutch with that, like, no battery power, like, working functionality, mad hype. But Vinny's car starts to run out of gas, like, really, like, low, like, low. Like, the low fuel, like, thing, like, light is on.
The light went on?
All right, I would like to point out that Vinny's carpool just seemed very unprepared.
It was totally unprepared.
I think it's the first time, to be fair, that I think it's the first time Vinny has actually driven people to a tournament. So
Vinny, it wasn't like any of us were at fault. It was just like we weren't prepared for New Jersey driving.
And
that weather was also really random.
Yeah, and especially if it's your first time and you are taking people without a GPS, it's extremely hard.
Yeah, so
I've had problems getting people every time I've taken them, but the way back is always easier because I remember where I go.
Yeah, so we finally got there. We ended up at a gas station, figuring out, oh, you can't pump your own gas in New Jersey. Hype. We finally got back to the hotel.
Definitely told you that before.
Definitely forgot.
Many times.
Definitely forgot.
That's so frustrating because on my way home I needed gas and the gas stations were abandoned and my light was on and I was scared I wasn't gonna find an inhabited gas station. Got so lucky that I found one. I was so happy.
The worst part though is that like you get to the hotel and we ended up making our way into the Florida room and I like fell asleep like in the corner of the room in a ball. We leave early from the venue and we're now prepared with the fact and we're now like okay and this is me, Vinny, and DeBuzz because Malcolm didn't go with us back to New York. Obviously, we're like, oh, we still have no gas. We drive towards a gas station. Well, first of all, we asked the hotel lady, like, who's hot, by the way. Like, I totally hit that.
Yeah, she was cute.
And, like, all right, well, way to ruin, like, my hot comment. She's like...
I mean, she was way older than you. There's no way
I don't care. Like, whatever. Anyway, she's like, yeah, just make a left out of the parking lot, and then, like, after 3 lights, make a right, and there's a gas station right there. So we do that, and there's no gas station. Like, wow. Like, what a bitch. Like, what a bitch. And then we finally find a gas station, and Vinny goes on the highway randomly. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know, and we miss him. So we finally find a gas station in Rutgers. Like, we end up in Rutgers. We find the gas station, and then we once again forget that you can't pump your own gas. And the gas station is closed. I'm like, well, if it's closed, then maybe we'll be able to pump our own gas. But it wasn't true the night before, and so Vinny like calls 911 like, yo, what do? We have no gas. and the lady or whoever she talked to was like, oh, there's one like down the road, and I finally pointed it out. We got there, we got our gas, mad hyped. And then we drove home, and we were so tired that when we walked into Nathan's, like around the block at Vinny's, that it looked like we were like beat up. Like my hair was matted down, and all my clothes were wrinkly because I didn't have a chance to shower, and oh my god, I was so exhausted. And it was honestly, I mean, it was worth it going to Qatar, but oh my god, I'm so glad I'm not like dead. I could have died on the streets of New Jersey, and no one.
All right. So next time. Do you have a GPS in your car?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, next time, I'm not sure if there is going to be a next time that you're driving from New York since you're moving back, but it probably would have been better if you drove.
Yeah, because I also have an easy pass. But the tournament.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right. Like I had
the toll lines on the way back were so bad. I was sitting there for like 20 minutes.
I had all the essentials and like nope, Vinny's car. But either way, it was a really hype tournament, and at the very least, the tournament itself, outside of the traveling part, was really awesome. It has been a pretty epic episode, and we're gonna wrap up this part of the show with Nikat, SMK, Alex, Strife, Cheese, Joey, Will.
Actually, I'm gonna go until you guys are done.
Hey,
why am I here again, Rapture?
We're just doing Directional Influence, guys. Episode 20. Episode 20, guys.
Damn, it has to be epic because it's the 20th episode.
20th episode. Okay. That was.
Still want to know why I'm here, though.
Shut up, Cheese.